For my people who are in the trenches of this spiritual war today, I'm going to discuss the secrets of recognizing male and female skeletal structures. Until recently, I didn't have this knowledge. I was referred to at NASA's Deception on Instagram. I highly recommend checking out his page. Very good source. I learned more methods of identifying a man from a woman, and I'm sharing it with you.
You know, you have to be really in tune with life and just notice bone structure, skin, eye color, everything. You have to be in tune and you'll be able to see it. It'll manifest itself right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? But
I believe that most, if not all, celebrities are inverted, meaning that the male characters are played by females and the female characters are played by males, not to be confused with transgender. Inverts are on a mission to deceive you and to cause you harm. Transgenders generally just want to live their lives. I have absolutely no quarrel with the LGBTQ community. If I forgot some letters, forgive me. However anyone chooses to live is their own business. Unless a person puts their personal life in the public eye like celebrities do, they have a reasonable expectation of privacy. I'm not in any way insulting true trans individuals. Transgender people are not required to reveal the fact that they are transgender. They have a right to live as they feel. True transgender people are not out to deceive anyone with malicious intent. They are simply living their lives. My quarrel is with the Illuminati puppets who seek to deceive us and to insult our intelligence by pretending to be something they are not, for greed, fear, or whatever the motives may be. It's not as if celebrities disclosing their gender identity would affect their fan base. We are a society of understanding and accepting people for the most part. I believe there have been some psychological operations recently aimed at painting transgenders in a negative light. There just so happens to be a transgender bill sitting on Capitol Hill that the powers that be must not want to pass, or maybe they do. You never can tell with them. But you can research that by going to congress.gov. Nothing is a coincidence. When the perpetrator of a crime is a heterosexual, does the media make a distinction? The media may not be allowed to use the word transgender in the article, but they make sure we know one way or another. I don't believe these celebrities are transgender like ordinary people. I believe a lot of celebrities are inverted beings. They are manifestations of Baphomet, who is both male and female. See how he has a male body, but he still has boobs. In the Church of Satan, having both genders in one completes their circle of perfection, so to speak. This is the religion of these inverted beings. Many of them invert their offspring from birth or very early in their childhood, and they are raised as the opposite gender. This is done as a sacrifice to Baphomet, and the child has no choice in the matter. I believe some of them may not actually know their birth gender. This is all speculation, and I'm not trying to pass anything off as fact. That being said, this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is all just for fun. Let's start with the torso. Women and men have distinctly different midsections. Men have a more straight trunk, while most women have more curvature, especially around the hips and pelvis. That's because the female ilium, better known as the hip bone, is significantly larger than the male hip bone. This adaptation in the female is to help the woman with the miracle of childbirth. Hence the term Childbearing hips. The female hip bone or pelvis flares outward and is set further back than a male pelvis. You can see a clear indentation on each side of the male hip bone. This feature is not common in women as it is a marker for where the male torso ends. You can feel the iliac ridge or top of the hip bone in these indentations. Let's look at some examples of male and female torsos. I reiterate, those two indentations on both sides of the waistline are unique to the male physique. When it comes to identifying the gender of skeletal remains, the pelvic bone is highly relied upon for conclusive results. Now let's look at a female torso. I chose a very slim model as an example. You can see her ribs. What you can't see is the top of her hip bone, like on a man, even though she's very bony. Her iliac crest, or the top of her hip bones, flares out slightly and rounds at the hips. It also is positioned further back than a male hip bone. This is Female Anatomy 101. This indentation at the waistline is a key indicator of a biological male and can be seen with the naked eye. The indentation is not visible on women because the female pelvis is constructed totally different than a male pelvis. Before I do some celebrity comparisons, let's look at some more male and female torso examples in different body shapes. Slim, fit, white woman, no indentation, pelvic bone flares out. Slim, fit, white man, straighter torso, hip indentations on both sides. Fit, black woman, no hip bone indentation, torso flares out slightly at the bottom. Muscular black male with clear side indentations. This appears to be a male trait. Let's get into some celebrity comparisons. Remember, this is all just for fun. Jada Pinkett Smith has been a household name for a few decades. I remember all the way back to Menace to Society. A mother, a wife, a critically acclaimed actress, she's been in the headlines due to marriage issues. Let's look at her skeletal features. I'm not going to give my own analysis on this one. I'm going to let you, the viewer, decide for yourself. Let's play which of these torsos is not like the other one. Which torso doesn't belong here? Which of these torsos belongs to a woman? You can leave your answers in the comments. I will say this. I now understand why she called her and August Alsina an entanglement. Guess what was entangled? I will use this biological female as my testing standard for the skulls to first prove why I believe in its accuracy. The female skull is a nearly perfect fit, allowing for minor differences between individuals. The female skull is smaller, more oval shaped, and more rounded at the top. The eyes are closer together with bigger eye sockets. The fit of the skull overlay, combined with her torso shape, makes me confident that this is a biological female. The male skull doesn't fit on her because, much like the pelvic bone, the male and female skulls are not shaped alike. The male skull is larger with a less rounded cranium, a sharper jawline, and smaller eye sockets set further apart. She is not pulling the female skull off at all. Believe me, I tried. Contrary to what many people believe, I want to be wrong about the things I present. The male skull fits in there like swimwear. I can hear Sleeple now. How do you explain those kids? They look just like them. It's 2023, Sleeple. Two men can biologically produce a child together now. I left the website visible. Do your own research. They ain't using surrogates because they're busy. They use surrogates because they're both usually men. Will Smith said it best.
Only a man knows what a man needs.
Let's move on. Katy Perry, another inverted Masonic puppet. Those indentations on the sides of Katie's waistline are indicative of a male bone structure. And another baby faker. This is a fake baby bump. They do it all the time. Look at your man's right here. Do you believe he's knocked up? Looks just as real to me. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way that a baby came up out that thing. Let's take a look at Katie's noggin. Just as I suspected, the female skull don't fit. And of course, the male skull was just meant to be. Remember her hit song, I kissed a girl and I liked it. She liked it because she is a boy. Katie fooled us. She had all these young girls experiment with each other while she herself was meant to be kissing girls because she is a boy. You see how they play us? And she's doing 666 symbolism on the low. Keep thinking that hand gesture is innocent and meaningless. When a man is attracted to an inverted female celebrity, his subconscious mind knows it's a man. His conscious mind sees breasts, butt, and makeup and tells him it's a woman. In reality, he is attracted to a man unknowingly. Conversely, if a female is attracted to an inverted female celebrity, her subconscious also knows it's really a male. Her conscious mind thinks she is attracted to a female, which may lead her to believe she is homosexual or bisexual, when in reality, she's attracted to a man. Textbook gender confusion. See why this is so concerning to me? On to the next one. Miss Kiki Palmer doing one-eye symbolism at the Usher show. She got roasted by her dude on Twitter for putting on this little show with Usher for all the world to see. Usher also did the same thing with Sweetie at a subsequent show. So this must be some kind of agenda. Interestingly enough, Sweetie didn't feed into it like Kiki did. And I believe I know why. Sweetie and Left Eye from TLC are the same person. Left Eye faked her death in 2002. She was famous for always doing one-eye symbolism. Even this character's name, Left Eye, represents one-eye symbolism. Left Eye was in TLC with Chili, and Chili used to mess with Usher. So Sweetie, who used to be Left Eye, wasn't going to be all on her other character's fellow group members' ex-man. That's just messy. But anyway, the character Left Eye also has the shoulders, torso, and hips of a male. This character deserves its own video. But for now, back to Kiki. A lot of women will probably say she's just having fun, but does that attitude show any respect for the person you claim to love? Do you really even love them? This is setting a horrible example. No man would appreciate his woman publicly disrespecting him like this, especially if she just had a baby, just as a man is wrong, in my opinion, if the roles were reversed and he let a female grind all on him on stage because she was famous or for any reason. It's wrong. It's not just about trust. It's also about respect. Her guy trusted her to go to the concert and show him respect. They didn't have to embarrass him like that to have a good time and put on a good show. Notice she had to observe the see-through garment trend all these trans celebrities are following must be the new dress code. This was done intentionally, in my opinion, and of course, it's fake and scripted. It's to influence your behavior. All of these celebrity stories are allegorical plays that the masses believe are true. Their entire lives are fake. Don't believe everything you see on television. First of all, Kiki is at least a master mason, most likely even higher than that. She clearly does a Masonic hand gesture that only a mason would recognize. I won't identify the sign as I am a 32nd degree mason and I gave my word, but I will say it's in this clip. It's not what she did, it's how she did it that instantly let me know it was Masonic. I can recognize a fellow Mason in the light and the dark. Only men can be Masons. You can clearly see where the male torso ends and the hip bone begins on both sides. Let's look at another example. Torso straight up and down, right into the hips like a typical male skeletal type would. Shoulders to hip ratio is that of a male. The male shoulders usually stick out further than the hips. Female shoulders are angled and more in line with the hips. Another one. Visible hip bone indentation as Kiki throws up the devil horns of Baphomet, showing you in plain sight what side she is on, yet people will still defend her. Really good shot of the indentation right here. If you want to investigate these trans celebrities yourself, I suggest adding before cosmetic surgery to your search of their name. The purpose of the butt jobs and hip injections is to distract you and help conceal those side indentations. They go as far as to remove ribs to fabricate the waist curves on the sides of the torso. You have to catch them early while they're still in their humiliation ritual stage. I think they make them expose the male markers in early photos to humble them if they try to get too comfortable later.
Nigga, I just want something that resembles a real woman. They got the features of a real woman. So the BBL body is, nigga, that's the transsexual. They got to go get that done. Because the man that want to be the woman goes and get all of that done. The natural woman don't.
Yeah.
The motherfucker that want to look like the woman go and get that done. So what's happening is, homie, our women feeling like they have to compete. They feeling like they got to compete. The drag queen used to be the drag queen because she had the eyelashes, the hair, all the makeup, all the clothes. Nigga, now our women look like the drag queen. So the natural woman, it's almost as if it's like they're trying to do away with the natural woman.
It's
like the natural, regular, pretty woman ain't beautiful no more.
100
It's
years
like
from now.
the normal, natural, pretty woman isn't beautiful anymore if she don't have the hourglass figure. Come on, homie, this shit is it's deception and it's an illusion.
You can really see it in the face in this picture. This one is very obvious. This is not a body anatomically capable of carrying a child. Another baby faker. This is a deceiver. Let's move on to the skulls. Female skull is not even close. Male skull fits like your favorite pair of drawers. Please leave any hateful remarks in the comments. Thank you. Jennifer Lawrence, very famous actress. She rose to fame as the star of the Hunger Games. She had some nude photos of herself leaked by a hacker who allegedly got 8 months in prison for the crime. I'll buy that for $1. Anyway, of the 50 most beautiful women in Hollywood, she's number 11. When I tell you this character is critically acclaimed, I'm not exaggerating. The award list goes on and on. Best female this, best actress that. Whole time, early photo reveals the telltale signs of a male body. Wide shoulders, straight torso, side indentations highly visible. She's literally showing us the indentations on purpose. But Sleeper will still say I'm reaching. Let's check the head. Female skull is a negative. Male skull fits.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Remember how easily the female skull fit on my biological female model and the male skull didn't fit? Just a reminder. Are there any biological female celebrities that actually work as a female? Doesn't look like it. Moving right along. Cameron Diaz. That's a boy's name. And this picture is heavily photoshopped. I'm showing you the photoshopped image of her so you can see the technological capabilities that are available to these inverted beings. Now look at this one. This one is not photoshopped. You can see a drastic difference. This is why I recommend you learn to identify multiple differences between the male and female bone structures and anatomy. I don't even know why I'm bothering, but let's do the skull. Female skull, no go. Male skull, perfect. You already know. Next, Carmen Electra. A lot of men lust after this character. Well, I'm pleased to inform you all that this is the torso of a man. And so is this. You can't hide those indentations. Go back and look at the examples I provided of biological male and female bodies and pick the one that matches. Look at your own body. See if it matches. Female skull does not match. Male skull, not surprisingly, is a match. This next one is gonna sting. Rihanna. Everybody loves Riri, superstar celebrity, wife, mother, with clear indentations on both sides of the torso, indicating the bone structure of a man, while doing the as above, so below pose of the Baphomet. Another clear shot showing Rihanna's pelvis matches the pelvis of a male. Another clear shot of the side indentations. I myself thought this character was female. I was fooled. Can't fool the pelvic exam, though. Ladies, does this body look like yours? Just be honest. They made this side by side in the article where I found the picture. I didn't do this. They keep showing you those male body markers on purpose. You can even see the indentation on the baby bump picture. That's a first. If you think this skeletal structure could pop out a baby, let alone twins, stop this video and seek psychiatric attention immediately. Coy Leroy, a young up-and-coming superstar singer. I only know the one song that was viral on TikTok videos for a while, but this character is pretty popular. This one is flagrant. Look at that face, those wide, muscular shoulders, that straight torso. The indentations on this character are heavily pronounced. This character isn't trying to hide it at all. Most of them at least try to cover their waistline up sometimes. Not old boy Leroy. Ladies, your abs will never look like your favorite female celebrity. Those are the bodies of men. The female skull on Boy Leroy was a waste of time. It doesn't align. The male skull is once again the structure that fits. Remember, men lie, women lie, but bone structures don't lie. Oh, Aaliyah, the princess of R&B. She faked her death in 2001. You see her throwing up the diamond. The word diamond translates to 33 in the language of the elite. I used the gematria to decipher this symbolism. It has nothing to do with Rock Nation or Jay-Z or music at all. It's Masonic symbolism representing 33 degrees of masonry. Only Masons do Masonic symbolism. Only men can be Masons. This character clearly has a male body. See the indents on both sides? Here's another angle for the doubters. Look at the shoulders. Look at the non-existent hips, straight up like 6 o'clock. Look at the clear indentation. Those are male traits. Now you know why she made that song, More Than a Woman, More Than a Woman. Lindsay Lohan, another megastar. This character has been in more movies than you can shake a stick at. I think she started doing it like 10 years old. Indentations visible on both sides. That's the outline of a male hip bone. Refer back to the examples I provided in the beginning of this video and compare them to these trans celebrities. Let's check Lindsay's head. Just as I suspected, it's a no-go on the female skull. The male skull prevails once again. There are many more, and I could go on, but I think that's enough for now. Please leave all hateful thoughts in the comments. I love upsetting trans celebrity worshipers. If there are any celebrities you want me to investigate, leave their name in the comments and I will try to get you some answers. Don't be fooled by their disguises. Just because you put dookie on a plate, don't make it a piece of cake.